Okay.
Alright, y'all. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't know what to record today. That ass, bro. The injectors from Z1, they're not here yet. They're still on back order, so I still gotta wait on that. Crazy thing is, I know it's not their fault because Z1 is always on time and on point with their shipping, but they are on back order, bro, so it's not on them. It's just crazy thing is, I don't even know if this is gonna fix the issue 100%. I'm hoping, but I know I'm not wasting my money either way because I would rather have a fresh set of injectors in the car to have the ones that came from the factory around 23 years ago. So call it preventative maintenance, motherfucker. So where does this leave me? Yep. Look, I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do this, but I'll probably just make this into a separate playlist in the channel, or like I'll make this a separate thing. You know, the whole like bike stuff and like the whole bike talk and modifying this thing, because I know a lot of you guys liked it on one of the shorts that I posted. Got a lot of feedback on that. All right, so quick little backstory, right? I've always been into bikes and motorcycles and everything, but none of my family members have even been close to getting into this, you know, bike stuff. So I wanted to get a bike of my own. I wanted to, you know, make this a dream come true. And I got this. That's my first bike. Like I said, it's not the best, it's not the fastest, it's not the craziest, the most expensive by any means, but it's fun. It's exactly what I wanted. And it's just sexy, bro. Like, look at that. Like, how the Anyways, I do want to start modifying this thing. I do got a couple things in mind as to, like, you know, the exterior and what I want to do to it so far. Let me show you guys real quick. So when I say modifying, right, this is what I mean. Obviously, we got to start off with this because we not about to run this big ass muffler. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this thing right here, this thing weighs like, I want to say like 10, 12 pounds. And that thing right there is called a muffler, and it makes this thing sound like a goddamn generator. So I'll probably just buy a slip-on either from eBay or some shop near me and throw it on there. It's just, you know, this little exhaust clamp right here. And then from here on out, I'm not going catless. I'm not, you know, deleting the catalytic converter, which is this piece right here. So a slip-on would do just fine for what I'm looking for. Maybe a carbon fiber one, the ones that go up to here. I'll put them up on screen right now, just so you guys can get an idea. I do want to get some underglow lights in here. I'm bringing underglow back, baby. I know, maybe get the lights mounted somewhere here, maybe like under the fairings somewhere, just to make this thing pop at night. Not only is it gonna be safer, but it's gonna look amazing. So, and since this bike is pretty common where I live, I want to change the fairings. Not the actual fairings, but I want to change the color. So maybe like a wrap. I don't want to paint these because just in case I want to, you know, sell this bike in the future or go back to the original OEM color. I want to keep these fairings paint intact, and I want to buy some sort of wrap. Blue, green, orange, pink, I don't know, whatever the fuck. The idea is to just change this color scheme of like, you know, orange, gray, black, and just have it be two colors, bro. Either black and some other vibrant color, or just black and white. Like these plastics right here, I would love to change these. As for the mirrors, I have seen some mirrors that go like under the actual like handlebar. I don't know if those are available for this type of motorcycle, but I'm gonna see if I find, oh, hello. All right, so as for the mirrors, I'm gonna see if I can find the under the bar style mirrors. I do like those. They just sit kind of like right here. And they don't stick out like goddamn antennas. For this big ass bro, I hate how factory motorcycles come with this big ass tail for the license plate and the turn signals, which obviously I get the point of why, you know, that is. It's easier to see for other cars and whatnot. It's just functionality over anything. But it just looks so damn ugly, bro. Like, fuck. It just looks like a big ass dildo sticking out of my. These turn signals are known to, you know, break easily. And as you can see, I kind of already did that. And I put some epoxy on them, but I hit this one again and kind of snapped it. And then this one, once it got set and dry, it kind of just, you know, stood crooked right there. So I got to fix that as well. In terms of like power or like performance mods for this bike, I don't plan on doing anything other than that slip-on that I was talking about. No sprocket changes, like no crazy, like no intake it changes. Like I'll just keep the motor completely stock and just throw on that slip-on, because I feel like this bike already has enough, you know, power as it is. And it's just, a bike to get around. Like I use this thing to get to and from work, and it's just fun. It's just fun. That's the only way to describe this thing. And on top of that, that's what the Z's for, bro. If I want to build something to go fast, I'm not gonna do it on a 250 motorcycle. Trust me. I'd rather do it on my actual, sports car that I know I have a solid platform. Look, bro, trust me. I want to get this car running, and I want to get the car on the road too. But until we get those parts, it's gonna be a little bit hard to get the car on the road. We just gonna have to wait on that a little bit longer. Once we get the Z on the road, should we get the motorcycle wrapped the same color that we're gonna wrap the Z? Which I don't know exactly what that color is gonna be yet. I think most likely I'm gonna go with a white color to wrap for the Z, just because white just looks amazing in those cars. So should we do the same with this bike? And then with the underglow, with the short tail, and the other things that I'm gonna do to it, I think if we get these two things to match, like both the Z and the motorcycle, this might be nice. We can make this work. The thing I do like about ordering motorcycle parts is how much cheaper they are compared to the 350Z parts, bro. Like, the clutch cable for this bike, which I already had to buy because I did some stupid shit and I snapped it. Don't ask me how I did it, bro. I don't even know myself. That clutch cable only ran me like 33 bucks. Like, from factory, like OEM. It did take me like a month to get here because these KTM parts are not, made here where I live, so they have to ship them out from the States. So it did take a long time to ship it out, but I only paid like 33, maybe 35 bucks for the clutch cable itself. If that was the Z, bro, we would have been paying like 200 fucking dollars. I really do see why people like take this bike thing really seriously and why they stick with it. Like not only maintenance, but like gas, parts, anything that you want to do to this motorcycle is just so much cheaper compared to like doing the same thing on a car. They are smaller and they're a hell of a lot more dangerous to, use, and especially on public roads, but really cheap, bro. Like really, really cheap. All right, for those of you wondering what this thing sounds like stock, which I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there, but just in case you're stumbling on mine, I'm gonna turn it on right now. I am in my living room, but I'm gonna turn it on for like 5 to 10 seconds just so you guys can hear it. Keep in mind we are indoors, so it's gonna be a little bit louder considering, I'm indoors, bro, so it's obviously gonna be louder. I'm so used to just leaving the keys right there, bro. Damn, how many miles is that? 4,178. A little bit, some like. All right, let's turn this thing on. There you go. Straight microwave, bro. Hell yeah. All right. Let me stop before I blow myself up in here. All right, so yeah, bro, that's my microwave bike. Like I said, bro, I'm gonna see what kind of exhaust I can get for this motorcycle. I do want something to look sleek though. I don't want something to like just pop out. I don't want something to just look like too crazy. Like the titanium exhaust tip that I got on my Z, I don't want nothing like that for this bike. I want it to look nice, but I want it to look sleek at the same time because the bike is primarily black. So I want it to, like match with that color scheme. Carbon fiber, carbon fiber. How come every time I record, you always fucking up some shit? Good with you. I'm gonna mock up a picture right here of what the bike could look like if I do all the mods that I wanna do to it. Obviously it's gonna be AI generated, but just so you guys can get a general idea of what I want the bike to look like. And yeah, bro, really looking forward to it. Like I said, modding this is gonna be way easier than modding the Z because saving up to buy parts for this thing, it's gonna be way faster since the mods are gonna be way cheaper. Don't get it twisted, bro. Like my heart is always gonna be on 4 wheels. The 350Z has just been one of my dream cars for like ever. So the fact that I actually have one and I'm able to mod it and share it with you guys is like a dream come true. So my heart is always gonna be on 4 wheels, but this is just different, like this is something I've always wanted to get into as a side thing. And if I could share that with you guys as well, then, that's a plus. Anyways, y'all, that's gonna be it for today. Not much, like I said, it's kind of hard to record, content when your car is not currently running and you're waiting on parts. But hopefully that changes soon. I am trying to bring better content to you guys and, change up the format a little bit. So y'all stick with me a little bit longer. We gonna make this work, I promise. As always, bro, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.